Hails and horns, everybody, and welcome back to the Abyss. So, if you watched my video a few weeks ago, you know I was doing a giveaway for hitting 200 subs. So, we will do that drawing at the end of this video. Before we get to that, though, I did post for a Q&A for this video as well. So, thank you to everybody that participated and asked me some questions. But if you want to skip all the questions, Q&A stuff, and go straight to the giveaway, jump to about here, and it'll take you right to it. But hey, those of you that were cool enough to ask me some questions, stick around and we'll knock those out first. So let's get going. All right, so I apologize. I am going to be kind of looking over here a lot, but I have all the questions pulled up on my computer. That way I don't miss anybody, and I'm going to make sure I get them all in the video. And the first one comes from Black Metal Rebellion. Cheers, dude, for asking the question. He asked, would I ever consider doing a completely thrash vest? And that's an easy answer. Yes, I have been collecting some patches here and there. I am waiting to finish my new black metal vest and then start on my death and thrash metal vests. They're going to be one of each, so absolutely yes, I am going to be doing a thrash vest, and I can't wait to show you guys how that turns out. Hails and horns, buddy. Thank you for the support and the questions, but let's see who's next. All right, so our next question comes from Ideas Never Sleep, and Ideas Never Sleep asks, what band do you own the most albums or merch of? And second part being, would I consider them to be my current favorite band? I would say the band I own the most from would be Ukrainian black metal band Lucifugum. I believe I own 8 of their albums, and that only puts me about halfway through their discography. I've been trying to track all these albums down, which is proving to be a pain in the ass, but yeah, I'd say that 8 albums in, that's probably the most albums for any one single band that I own. And are they my favorite band? Not currently, probably not, but they're damn close. I'd say they're definitely in the top 3 or 4 for sure. I'd say right now my 2 favorite bands to listen to is Canadian black metal Megiddo and good old-fashioned USBM Terrorism. Definitely one of my favorite bands of all time for sure. Definitely check Terrorism and Megiddo out if you don't know who they are, as well as Lucifugum. But that's an awesome, interesting question, so thanks for throwing that out there for me, but let's keep rolling. All right, so next up on the list, we have Sedition Through Scorns asked 4 questions, so that's awesome, dude. Thanks for the interaction on that one, and we'll jump right into it. Number 1, whom are some of your favorite extreme metal labels that are currently active in the scene? That's an awesome question. I mean, there's so many good ones, but I would have to say number 1, hands down, Hell's Headbangers. Everything they've released on that label has been absolutely fantastic, and they partner with a lot of foreign labels that are harder for us to collect here in certain parts of the states, like Werewolf, things like that. You know, when the new Goat Moons reissues came out, things like that. So definitely Hell's Headbangers at 1. Number 2, I'd have to say Redefining Darkness as of late. A lot of good new death metal bands pouring out of that label and some really solid black metal as well. After that, I would say it's a close 3rd, 4th with Moribund Records and Forever Plagued. I shop at those 2 quite frequently and never been steered wrong there before. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, I've had a lot of issues with labels like Dark Descent, so I don't really shop there anymore, just very rarely. But yeah, I'd have to definitely go with those 4 for sure. Thanks for the question, dude. Question 2, what subgenres are my least favorite in my humblest opinion? Metalcore, deathcore. Question 3, favorite non-metal artist that you listen to from time to time? Johnny Cash for sure, Misfits, I would say Wednesday 13, Murder Dolls. That's pretty much it. Hank Williams Sr. on a very rare occasion, but it's pretty much it. Not a whole lot of non-metal anymore in my life, so take that for what it is, whether that's good or bad, but that's pretty much where we're at. Question 4. Which countries have the best black metal and death metal scene from lowest to highest ranked? Oh boy, that's a loaded question. Death metal, that's a really hard question. I'm going to kind of cheat on your thing and kind of go top down a little bit. For death metal, U.S., in my opinion, death metal in Sweden. Death metal in the United States, and I'd say Sweden close second. And there's not a whole lot of death metal bands outside of those 2 countries that I really listen to currently today. There's a few from Indonesia, so I'm probably going to have to put them in there. But yeah, need to broaden my horizons a bit more on the death metal, brutal death. Black metal, I know most people are going to spout Norway right off the bat, but I don't think they're my favorite by far. I tend to lead towards bands from Sweden, Finland, the United States. There's a lot of really good Canadian bands. Chile has some ridiculously good bands. And then Norway would probably be after Chile, somewhere right there close. But kind of cheated on that question. Don't think I really answered it fully, but I have a lot of questions here, so I want to go ahead and rip through these. Thank you, Sedition through Scorns, for the questions. But let's keep on rolling. All right, so we got a few questions next up from Wandering Souls Webzine. Thanks, dude, for the questions. We're going to kind of dive into this. First question being, what is your favorite Dutch band? Oh, man, I hope I pronounced this right. Urfaust. It's like U-R-Faust. Urfaust, I believe. Right up there. I would say it's between Urfaust and probably Countess. They're probably head and shoulders above everybody else for me for some reason, just for my personal taste. And I do enjoy God Dethroned a lot, and I'm pretty sure they're Dutch. I have to double check, so if I'm wrong on that, I apologize. But yeah, Urfaust, God Dethroned, and Countess, probably my three favorite. Awesome question. Let's see what else we got. What concerts are you going to visit in the near future? I actually just bought tickets. We're going to be seeing Dark Funeral is touring with, I believe, Belphegor. I might be wrong on that, but pretty sure they're touring together. I think that was the same show. I just bought tickets for the Dark Funeral, so that's next on the list. And that's all I've purchased recently, other than a few local shows. Awesome question. Are there any small YouTube channels I would recommend? Actually, I just came across one a few months ago. It's called Take This Personally. It's a very good, talkative, well thought out channel. She doesn't post a whole lot. She might go a month or two between videos, but they're well worth the wait. The girl that runs it is super smart. I've known her from social media before this, so very cool that she decided to start this channel. Recent buys, recent listens, album reviews, and she has some podcasts and things that she references a lot too. So definitely check out Take This Personally if you're looking for something a little different. Definitely check out Austin over Lord Husk, Evil Empire. Very cool channel. I know he's getting ready to do some big unboxings and things like that. Definitely check them out. And I don't know, it's kind of a weird question for me because I consider myself a super small channel, just hitting over 200 subs. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I know there's 15 more I want to recommend, but I would definitely check those two out first and then go from there. And I'm always open. PM me or something on Facebook or YouTube, and I'll recommend some more for you. But that's probably it for that question. What else do we got? Which coming 2019 releases are you looking forward to? I'm kind of getting a little excited for the Dark Throne, which I don't say often. I haven't really liked a whole lot of their stuff. I've liked, I think, 2 of their albums, since Panzerfaust. So we'll see. I was super excited for the new Darkened Nocturnal Slaughter Cult, which actually just got here today. So that's awesome. So not really looking forward to that one anymore, as I've been blasting it all day. But yeah, that's really pretty much it. There's some other albums like the Voltimus. I just finally got that in. The Wolfen Degrad, sorry. And this one I was really waiting for, the new album from Lord Metzigitis. Definitely check them out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So right now, I'm kind of waiting to see how that Dark Throne and the new Amon Amarth sound before I really dive into too many more from 2019. Awesome question. All right, so Wandering Soul Webzine, last question. What Holy Grail records am I after that I haven't gotten in my collection yet? I'd say Black Funeral's first one. I think that was called, Vampire, Throne of the Beast or something like that. Been looking for that, a good copy, not a shitty beat up one that's going on Discogs for ungodly amounts of money. So a good press of that. Really looking for that one for sure. Huge Black Funeral fan. They're definitely probably in my top 5 or 6. All the Burzum LPs, vinyl, except for Philosophem. I just got that one finally. Definitely. the first Ash Borer album. I've been trying to get that, but it's going ridiculous on Discogs right now. You can find their newest one quite easily, but the first one from Ash Borer, not so much. And really a lot of bands from Finland that I haven't really had a chance to really go after. But yeah, I would say, the early Burzums on vinyl, Vampire, Throne of the Beast by Black Funeral, and then the debut from Ash Borer. I mean, the list could go on and on and on. The first Megiddo vinyl for sure would be on there, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to kind of keep it short, but I could probably ramble on for about an hour on this topic. So awesome questions, man. I appreciate it a lot, but let's keep rolling. All right, so the next question comes in from EL, and the question is, do I have any band tattoos? If not, and I had to get one, what would it be? I do have a lot of tattoos, but no band tattoos. And if I had to get one, maybe the Black Funeral logo, the original one. I like how that one looks. I could probably do that, or maybe Dark Funeral. I could probably see myself getting a Dark Funeral logo, right there, kind of on my calf or something like that. Aside from that, not a whole lot that I'd say I would get band-wise, but definitely it would probably come down to those two for sure. Awesome question. I appreciate it, but let's keep rolling. All right, so next up, we have some questions from BJ Gross, so thank you so much for that. First part, what bands got me into metal? I think I started off more like Guns N' Roses, that kind of stuff, and then I kind of got into, the whole, end of the 80s metal, like the hair metal stuff. That was kind of like how I started to get into it. But the band that really got me into it was Pantera. I heard them and I started going crazy listening to Pantera. And from there, I was introduced to Slayer. So Slayer really just kind of blew the doors off for me, and I've been listening to them ever since. So definitely Pantera, Slayer, and the first black metal that I heard was definitely Gorgoroth. And that kind of, again, blew my mind and just kind of expanded everything. And then from there, I found Cannibal Corpse, things like that. So it was really kind of a fast eruption from being into like classic rock, things like that, and then just getting absolutely corrupted, and I mean that in the best way. So yeah, definitely Pantera, Slayer, Gorgoroth, Cannibal Corpse was definitely a beginning for me. Awesome question. What's your job? So right now I am a warehouse manager. I manage e-commerce business. I have about 300 people that work under me, and it's kind of a high stress but high reward job. It pays really well, but at the same time, it's very stressful and things like that, especially around like Christmas time, stuff like that. So yeah, to answer that question, I'm an operations manager for a very busy e-commerce warehouse. Last question, who is your biggest inspiration to start my channel? So I had one way back in the day, years ago. And, for personal reasons, I decided to shut that down. And, I kind of regretted it for a long time. And, probably 2 or 3 years went by without me really watching any YouTube videos, similar to this, metal related, things like that. I just watched, band videos and, dirt bike videos, motocross, supercross, that kind of stuff. But I'll be perfectly honest with everybody here. I've started rewatching some videos and kind of got back into it, and I would say Black Metal Rebellion, watching his channel definitely got me wanting to do it again. We talk all the time, we're in the the Alliance and the Rebellion together, things like that. So I'd really have to say it was Black Metal Rebellion, and then channels like Trez at Total Metal Rejection, Lord Husk, Evil Empire, Lonnie, Classy Lonnie Metal were the kind of some of the channels that I fed off of to want to keep going to get to this point. And no end in sight right now. Definitely want to keep going, but yeah, I'll probably have to say Black Metal Rebellion for the channel that got me back into it. So cheers for the questions. Let's keep rolling. All right, so we got a couple questions from Trust No One today. So I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. And let's see here. Question number 1. What is the appeal of black metal to me? Wow, that is a very loaded, deep question for me. For me, it's just the emotion that I feel when I listen to it. It's that dark, grim. It's just for some reason it reaches out. It speaks to me. I feel like I understand what it's all about very well, and it's hypnotic to me. When I hear a really good black metal song, it's just like I go into a trance, and I just kind of space out, and I just get into the music, and it's the only genre that does that for me. Yeah, I will jam the hell out of some death metal, slam, all that stuff, thrash, but nothing really just grabs me and just ensnares me with its mysticism like black metal does if it's done right. And I tend to go against a lot of some of the popular bands, so I think that kind of ties into one of your other questions here, so I'll save that. But yeah, it's just the overall emotional atmosphere, and the feelings that happen, on the inside when I listen to good black metal. It kind of just puts me at that perfect balance in life, and nothing can go wrong at that point. So that's kind of how I got into it, and bands like Thy Feeble Savior and things like that keep my emotions in check. I'm a very shy person. I hate talking to people, one on one, and things like this is very difficult for me to do. Answering questions, even just talking to a camera. But things like black metal, push me and open me up and things like that. But that's a deep question, man. I could probably go on for an hour on that, but that's the best summary I can do on such a personal, touchy topic. But appreciate the question. I mean, that one was a lot more front loaded than it sounded at first. But any religious views? I don't really necessarily need it to be satanic in black metal. Me personally, I wouldn't call myself satanic, but it's very, very similar in vein. But yeah, anything that's just against, I'll come out and say it. I am very anti-Christian, and as long as it follows those beliefs, you can't do much wrong, in my opinion. I'm not. There's a lot of like NS bands that I'll listen to. I don't believe in the message. I just like the tunes. So I mean, definitely when you start talking about religion and race, that kind of stuff, I kind of push a lot of that out. But I will listen to the shit out of some satanic black metal any day. But not really have to align with their opinions. But definitely satanic black metal, occult black metal is more up my alley, and my personal beliefs, which I won't get into a whole lot right here, but maybe eventually in another video. And this one I'm probably going to get banged for, but current most overrated band in black or death metal, and I will say this to my grave, Mayhem to me is the most overrated black metal band ever. I have never gotten into them. I can't. I've tried so many times, and I've gone to a show of theirs because I got tickets for free from somebody, and they're still playing the same tracks from that one album that everybody had over and over, still living off of that, even though they've put out several albums since. Just kind of, I don't know. I don't see the big hype train. Death metal overrated. That's a tough one. I would probably say Fisher era Cannibal Corpse. That's probably about it. I mean, that probably pissed a lot of people off, but I'll probably have to go that way. Appreciate the questions, but let's keep going. All right, so I'm pretty retarded. That was actually the last of the questions. So thank you to everybody that decided to ask me something. I know I kind of skated around a couple of them, but I feel those are questions for a much longer response, maybe in another video or a stream down the road. But thank you so much. And I think now it's time for the montage. Let's get ready for this drawing. All right, so we have a winner, Metal Viking 82. congratulations, brother. You just won. I believe you asked for the Crossfire. So if you want to hit me up on Facebook or wherever, shoot me your mailing info and we'll get that out as soon as we can. Hey, hails and horns, everybody, and thanks for watching.